Hey YouTube, we are back. Welcome to part 4 on the Grot Tank. This is that one thing I was just showing in part 3 about modifying the bottom of that one tank. So this is going to be a multi-part section. This came out pretty nice. And I'm going to take it over to the airbrush booth and show it to you what it looks like. And hopefully it fits on the tank. We'll be back in a second. Thanks. Okay, we're back real quick. I'm going to see if this part fits. I put a little vent area in the back, and then I put those little details in the front. Technically supposed to just slide in, and... oh, it does. Oh, no it doesn't. I broke off one of the treads, but that's okay. We'll glue it back on. But that's what it looks like. Wow, that makes the tank look so much better. And I'll have to glue that tread back on somehow. And I'm going to primer this up and paint it real quick. And then got the detail on the bottom with the bolts and that little thing in the back. So I'm going to put a picture up here right now of what, well, you can see what it looks like right now. And then I'll come back, get this all painted up, and then that'll be it. And we'll get this fixed, and we'll be starting on another tank. We'll be customizing this. It won't look like this one exactly. May still use the body. I'm not sure yet. Or I may just go in and change everything. I'm still contemplating all that. But as usual, thank you for joining me. We'll see you in the next section. Okay, we are back. This is that bottom section again. I have a little bit of putty on the bottom of this Lazy Susan in my airbrush booth. Got a little bit of that innards. We're going to hit it with that first. And I'm not going to paint the whole thing online here. You guys see me airbrush many times before. That's 5 drops of paint. Let's see if we can do the whole thing. This is the Grex XGI with a 0.3 setup on it, so it's not set up for super detail, but this thing is dialed in. This brush, it's awesome. I'm just going to do some light coats over and over again on it. And I'm not going to paint the bottom. This is supposed to be, came out differently than I expected, but it's still kind of close. Add some detail, a little vent for the tank. As you can see, we're still got paint going. Get a nice solid base coat, and we're out of paint. So that was 5 little drops of paint. Let's do a little more so I can show you actually what I mean by drops. I'm just going to see if I can get this on here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, say 5 drops of paint. And this is the Badger Minotaur. Obviously a lot of people are using this. It's been around for a while now. And you can see how rich that color is becoming. Just some light coats. Not trying to drown it. And I'm going to get back to painting this, and then I'll come back when it's done, and we'll glue the tank back together and show you what we got. And that'll be the end of part 4. So one more section. We'll see you then. Thanks. Okay, we are back real quick. I just did a real quick paint job on it. Just really hit a little bit gray and a little highlight on the that little vent in the back. We'll be back in a second and glue it on the truck or the tank, Grot Tank, and go from there. Thanks. Okay, we are back. So I got this piece, and you can see as I told you, I designed it hollowed out in the bottom. Speeds up the printing process, and I made it thick enough that it's super sturdy still. So let's get some glue on here. Let's just put some glue everywhere. We know we got that hole in the middle, so let's try not to waste that. These little sides. Wipe it off. We're going to put this back on first before I put the other tread on. And then this is the front, this little area here. Try not to smear it too bad. and get all nice and lined up. So I know how to set, so we had a little bit of those ledges played underneath it. There we go. Then we'll glue this back on. Get out a little extra, a little more surface area to glue now, so this will be nice. Let's wipe these tips off. Like I said earlier in the day, I buy these dollar store little super glues now. Oh my god, it's saved so much frustration from buying really nice bottles of glue that clog constantly. And let's try to get this more even than we had it. Doesn't have to be perfect because we know it's orky. And for some reason it's not wanting to grip. I'm just going to hit it with some accelerant. There. So now let's take a look at this thing. There was a big gap underneath. It was just driving me nuts. It's still got a lot of clearance, so it's a nice tank. But that adds so much, makes it a little bit beefier. We got that little bit of detail in the back now. That is a lot of fun. So I got another body printed out with some treads. I might change this out. I have, you'll see in the next part that I am doing another styled turret. Instead of this dome, we're going to do something like you saw in part 3. Yes, where I was doing the screwing around on Tinkercad. And I might change this gun out too to make a... I might even just glue in a standard orc big shooter. That might be kind of cool. Add a little, kit bashing to it. But I love how this turned out now. Just a little bit of detail. Just zoom this out a little bit. Oops. Oh no, we're zoomed out all the way already. So I am pleased. And I think I will start weathering this a little bit too. So we'll see you in the next part. As usual, thank you for joining me. See you again.